I work a long day, but it's worth it knowing when I get home I can relax and let the songs play. First I check my account, see that I got paid.
Hey, what's going on everybody? Mala here. It's been a while, I know, but I finally got my hands on the P20 Pro from Huawei, which is recording everything you're seeing and listening to right now. And I gotta say, I'm really excited about this one. I know I'm usually super excited about technology in general, name of the channel and all that stuff, but I'm happy with what I'm seeing here from Huawei, honestly. And this is why. The experience of using a phone depends on a bunch of different aspects. For example, the screen needs to be good. The P20 Pro is excellent. It needs to have, fast and secure and useful ways for you to get into your phone and use it. It has facial recognition, so you have face unlock, plus a fingerprint sensor. Both are super fast, super reliable. Awesome again. It has dual speakers. One of them is front-facing for you to, consume content in that beautiful screen in a better way. It doesn't have a headphone jack though, unfortunately, but it's still a very good setup. It doesn't have wireless charging, but it has a glass back that it's beautiful, going from purple to bluish if you choose the Twilight version, the color-wise. And if anybody says that other colors are more beautiful, they're wrong. It's simple as that. So if you're gonna maybe consider a P20 Pro, Twilight. Remember, take notes. Twilight is the color to get. Now, performance is also amazing. You're gonna get everything you need to do done fast. It's fluid, it's fun, it's intuitive. The system, EMUI, is actually based on Android Oreo 8.1, and it works perfectly with everything else and the hardware. There's one feature that you can draw with your knuckle to draw out, certain apps. Works like 20% of the time. That's not something I fell in love with. Don't expect you to either. So if you read about it somewhere and fell in love with that idea, fall off that love quickly. Get that past. Everything else is great. The experience of actually using EMUI is so good and so fluid that I tried Nova Launcher for like 2 hours, got rid of it, and got back to EMUI. I really like what Huawei did here with the software. I want to see how they're going to treat developmental updates and upgrades and all that stuff to the system, but EMUI works really well, so I'm pleasantly surprised about that. I wish I could, diminish a little bit of the size of the icons, but that's not, in the cards for me. Still, I like using EMUI. That's a thumbs up for me. And all that needs to happen for a longer period of time, so the 4000 mAh battery takes care of that part, because you have like 5.5 hours of screen on time every day with heavy usage with no problem. And remember, it charges super fast. Not wirelessly, but super fast. So package, great. Now you go to camera, which is the last part of the package, and it's still great. It's got the highest DxOMark score up to date of smartphones, like 109, 106, something like that. And it's not the best camera in the world in any smartphone right now, but if you get it alongside all the other flagships, it's among the best cameras. You're not going to be disappointed using any of them. You're not going to be disappointed using the P20 Pro. But about the camera, there are a couple of things that I find could be a little improved upon, maybe through software. I'm not sure if it's a software or a hardware thing. But you have a 40 megapixel shooter, a telephoto lens with 3x zoom, and a monochrome shooter to, contrast stuff and all that jazz. And it works really well most of the time. Now, I showed a bunch of pictures to a couple of people I know, and none of them saw the amount of detail that was missing in my perception from a couple of the photos that I definitely think were over-processed to maybe, get a little bit of the noise out of the picture, and it kind of lost a little bit of detail in that process. And that was a little jarring to me, because we're talking about 10 megapixel photos that use 40 megapixels worth of information to create that photo in the first place. So you would expect a lot of information, super crisp, super sharp images, and that's not the case 100% of the time. It gets a little bit worse when it goes in low light, and it gets worse even when you go to video. But the size of the sensor is so huge that low light performance is awesome. You lose a little bit of the detail you would get because of that post-processing, which is why I think this might be solved with software updates. But still, the camera is overall really good. And another thing that it's an annoyance for me, but I know most people are actually going to think that's a good thing, is that It tries to understand what the subject of your picture is, like a person or a cat or I don't know, a plant, and it's going to enable filters that it thinks through AI that are more, better suited to making that picture pop and that subject be more, in the center, in, full glory in the picture. I like to take pictures more in the true to life, aspect, and sometimes I tweak pictures, after the fact. So I would like it to tell me, I know you're trying to take a picture of your dog, so here's a button that you can click and I will apply a layer to your picture that I think will make your dog, more beautiful, or your plant, or your food, or whatever. But instead it goes the other route and says, hey, I know that this is a plate of food, and I applied a filter to it that I think it makes the entire plate look better than it normally would. But here's a button if you don't like it, so you can click it and it deletes that specific tweak that I made. And I know a bunch of people are going to think, well, cool, I only need to take a picture and upload it to Instagram because it's already filtered. So for them, it's one step less. For me, it's one step more, in most of the scenarios. But I'm not going to lose objective sight of the fact that the camera is great, just like the rest of the experience of actually using the P20 Pro. Get it alongside every other flagship, and you're still going to be making a good decision if you try to purchase it. Hey, would you look at that? Unpacked event of today, actually happening right now, just said that the Note 9 is also going to have that feature of analyzing what you're taking a picture of and applying filters and all that stuff so that your photo is Instagram ready, specifically Instagram ready. They said that on stage. So I guess I'm right, and most people actually do like this sort of thing. I'm still not a fan, but that doesn't really matter. The experience of using the camera is still great. So back to the video. You'd be hard-pressed to find a reason not to be happy using it as a daily driver, just as much as I would also be very happy using it as mine. It's not going to happen because I gotta return it, but I would be very happy with the P20 Pro in my pocket, and I think so will you. And that's about it, really. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave any comments or suggestions down below as usual if you feel like it. Like, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next one.